Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Please accept my humble obeisances at your lotus feet. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमः ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। तस्यारविन्दनयनस्य पदारविन्द किञ्जल्कमिश्रतुलसीमकरन्दवायुः अन्तर्गतस्वविवरेण चकार तेषां संक्षोभमक्षरजुषामपि चित्ततन्वो। नेहयत्कर्मधर्माय न विरागाय कल्पते न तीर्थपदसेवायै जीवनपि मृतो हि सः। प्रसङ्गम् अजरं पाशम् आत्मना कवयो विदु स एव साधुषु कृतो मोक्षद्वारम् अपावृतम्। तितिक्षव कारुणिका सुहृदः सर्वदेहिनाम् अजातशत्रवः शान्ताः साधवः साधुभूषणाः सतां प्रसङ्गान् मम वीर्यसंविदो भवन्ति हृत्कर्णरसायना कथा तज्जोषणादाशपवर्गवर्त्मनि श्रद्धारतिर्भक्तिरनुक्रमिष्यति। हासं हरेरवनताखिललोकतीव्र शोकाश्रुसागरविशोषणमत्युदारम् सम्मोहनाय रचितं निजमाययास्य भ्रूमण्डलं मुनिकृते मकरध्वजस्य। मद्गुणश्रुतिमात्रेण मयि सर्वगुहाशये मनोगतिरविच्छिन्ना यथा गङ्गाम्भसुम्बुधौ लक्षणं भक्तियोगस्य निर्गुणस्य उदाहृतम् अहैतुक्यव्यवहिता या भक्तिपुरुषोत्तमे सालोक्यसारष्टिसामीप्य सारूप्यैकत्वमपि युत दीयमानं न गृह्णन्ति विना मत्सेवनं जनाः। यन्नामधेयश्रवणानुकीर्तनाद् यत्प्रवलनाद् यत्स्मरणादपि क्वचित् स्वादोऽपि सद्य सवनाय कल्पते कुतः पुनस्ते भगवन्नुदर्शनात्। अहो बतश्व पचतो गरीयान् यज्जिह्वाग्रे वर्तते नाम तुभ्यम् ते पुस्तपस्ते जुहुवु सस्नुरार्या ब्रह्मानुचुर्नाम गृह्णन्ति ये ते। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, dear devotees. We are continuing our study of Grantharaj Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 24, entitled The Renunciation of Sri Kardama Muni. Text 1. Maitreya Uvacha Nirvedavadinim Evam Manorduhitaram Munihi Dayalu Shalinim Aha Shukla Smaran. Translations and purports by our beloved founder Acharya, His Divine Grace, Srila Abhay Charana Arvinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. Recalling the words of Lord Vishnu, the merciful sage Kardama Muni replied as follows to Sri Swayambhuva Manu's praiseworthy daughter, Sri Devahuti Mata, who was speaking words full of renunciation. Hare Krishna. So, dear devotees, at the end of chapter 23, we saw how Srimati Devahuti Devi was in anxiety and she was lamenting that her husband, Sri Kardama Muni, was going to leave her and take to the renounced order of life. She was greatly regretting that even though I spent so many years with you, O Prabhu, my dear husband, even though we spent so many years, but I never really inquired about spiritual subjects from you. I was so busy serving you that I never got a chance to ask you about spiritual life. And it is knowledge of the Spirit that gives us fearlessness. Seeing her anxiety, seeing her lamentation, Shri Kardama Muni spoke to his wife, who is described here as Shalinim. Shalin, she was very praiseworthy. She had perfect behavior, perfect character. And she's called as Manu Duhitri. She is the daughter of Shri Swayambhuva Manu. So, very great lineage from her family. And Shri Kardama Muni spoke. Text 2. Rishi Ruvacha Makhido Rajaputrittham Atmanam Pratyaninditi Anindite Bhagavamste Aksharo Garbham Adurat Samprapatsyate. Shri Kardama Muni said to his wife, do not be disappointed. Ma Khida. Don't be disappointed with yourself, O Princess Rajaputri. O Princess, don't be disappointed with yourself that you did not make spiritual progress. Now your husband is going to take sannyas. What will happen? Don't have this anxiety. Because you are actually very praiseworthy. You are very praiseworthy. Anindite. There is no fault in you. Anindite. You are actually worth praising. The infallible Supreme Personality of Godhead, Bhagavan, will shortly enter your womb as your son. Te garbham samprapatyase. Akshara, Bhagavan. The infallible Supreme Lord will enter your garbha, will enter your womb very soon. Adurat means very soon. The Supreme Lord is going to become your son. So don't be disappointed. In the purport, Srila Prabhupada says, Kardama Muni encouraged his wife Devahuti not to be sorry, thinking herself unfortunate, because the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Bhagavan Krishna, by his incarnation was going to come from her body. You see, Kardama Muni is the son of Lord Brahma. Lord Brahma is the Shaktiavesh avatar of the Supreme Lord Krishna for the purpose of, beg your pardon, Lord Brahma is a Guna avatar for the purpose of overseeing the mode of passion and creation of this world. Creation of this world, Visarga, is the responsibility of Lord Brahma. For this purpose, Lord Brahma has many assistants. Just as the owner of a company delegates in various departments. So Lord Brahmaji is the grandfather, he's the chief demigod in this universe. And so Lord Brahmaji has delegated work to different demigods. And the process of creation has been given to Prajapatis. Lord Brahma's son is Kardama Muni, who is a Prajapati. So Brahmaji instructed his son, like a guru instructs the disciple, that you should procreate. You should procreate, increase the population. So many jivas want to appear. And Shri Kardama Muni wants to do that service. But before doing that service, Shri Kardama Muni for thousands of years performed great tapasya, tapodivyam. He performed tapasya with the purpose of fulfilling the orders of his father, Lord Brahma. After performing tapasya for thousands of years, Krishna was so pleased that Krishna gave darshan. You're so sincere, you're preparing yourself to be a Prajapati. O Kardama Muni, the daughter of Shri Swayambhuva Manu, who is fit for you, she will come with her father and mother. Swayambhuva Manu and Shatarupa, they will give her hand to you in marriage and you accept it. And now it has been revealed to Kardama Muni that the Supreme Lord, Bhagwan Hari, is going to become the son of Devahuti and Kardama Muni. So he is encouraging his wife and telling her that don't be disheartened. Text 3. Dhrita vratasi bhadram te damena niyamena cha tapo dravina danaischa shraddhaya cheshwaram bhaja. Shri Kardama Muni is telling his wife Devahuti, O my dear wife, you have undertaken sacred vows. Dhrita vrata, see, bhadramte. May God bless you, bhadramte. May God bless you. You have performed such nice vrat, such nice tapasya. You have fulfilled sacred vows. What is our sacred vow? To chant at least 16 rounds every day on our chapa beads. And those of us who have taken second initiation, 3 times a day chanting the Gayatri mantras. And in spite of having taken initiation, if we are not able to do this, not able to follow the 4 regulative principles and chant our mantras, Hare Krishna Mahamantra and the Gayatri mantras, then we are not properly situated. We need to seek help. Devahuti was not like that. She always fulfilled her vows. She took the vows of Pati, Vrata, Nari, Stri, Dharma, and she followed her Stri Dharma very nicely. So Bhadramte, may God bless you. Hence you should worship the Lord with great faith through sensory control. Sensory control means damena. Through religious observances, niyamena, austerities, tapa, and giving gifts of money in charity. Dravina, danai, giving in charity. Because when we have money, we become attached to it. And giving charity somewhat relieves us of that attachment to money. Purport. In order to spiritually advance or to achieve the mercy of the Lord, one must be self-controlled in the following manner. He must be restrained in sense gratification and must follow the rules and regulations of religious principles. This is a very important sentence, and I would request all of you to please pay attention, and you can underline this or mark this sentence. Srila Prabhupada tells us how to make spiritual advancement and how to receive the mercy of the Supreme Lord. Srila Prabhupada is saying in the purport to verse 3, in order to spiritually advance or to achieve the mercy of Lord Krishna, one must be self-controlled. We have to practice self-control to make spiritual advancement and to achieve the mercy of Krishna. What is the meaning of self-control? Srila Prabhupada says, we must be restrained in sense gratification and must follow the rules and regulations of religious principles. We must control our sense gratification, and whatever rules and regulations are there of religious principles like observing Ekadashi, etc., we must follow. Without austerity and penance and without sacrificing one's riches, one cannot achieve the mercy of the Supreme Lord. Without austerity, penance, without sacrificing one's riches, one cannot. Tapa, yajna, and dan has to be continued. Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, these 3 things can never be given up. They purify even the great souls. Text 4. Sat त्वयाराधिता शुक्लो वितन्वन् मामकं यशः छेत्ता ते हृदय ग्रन्थिम् औदर्यो ब्रह्म भावनः. Shri Kardama Muni is telling his wife, my dear wife, Devahuti Devi, the personality of Godhead being worshipped by you will spread my name and fame. He will vanquish the knot of your heart by becoming your son and teaching knowledge of Brahman. Shukla means the personality of Godhead has been worshipped by you. Tvaya Aradhita. You have worshipped Lord Shukla, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And therefore, Cheta Hridaya Granthim. The knots of material attachment will be cut by the Supreme Lord. How? Audarya. By your son through Brahma Bhavana, through the teachings of spiritual knowledge. Your son is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Shukla, Lord Hari, Bhagwan, and he will teach you transcendental knowledge. By learning the transcendental knowledge, all the material attachments will be cut. Purport. When the Supreme Personality of Godhead comes to disseminate spiritual knowledge, Dharma Samsthapanarthaya Sambhavami Yuge Yuge, he generally descends as the son of a devotee, being pleased by the devotee's devotional service. So when Krishna has to come and perform Leela, Krishna always takes birth in relationship to his devotees. Lord Ramachandra came as the son of great devotees, Dashrath Maharaj and Shri Kausalya Devi. Similarly, Lord Krishna also appeared as the son of pure devotees, Yashodamaya Nanda Baba, Devaki Vasudev, Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also, whose appearance day is Parso. He also appeared as the son of Shri Jagannath Mishra and Srimati Shachimata, very pure devotees. So when Krishna comes in this world, he chooses to appear as the child of his own devotees who are in Vatsalya Bhav. Now go down a few sentences in the purport. Srila Prabhupada writes, very important sentence. I want everyone to pay attention because I'm going to ask all of you a question. Srila Prabhupada says, matter and spirit are knotted by false ego. Matter and spirit are knotted by false ego. Let us see who can explain this sentence of Srila Prabhupada. If you get it correct, you will get extra 5 marks in whichever was the last module, which I have still not corrected, but I will get to it hopefully soon. And if you get the wrong answer, then 5 marks will be taken away. Who can answer this sentence of Srila Prabhupada? Explain this sentence of Srila Prabhupada. Look carefully. Matter and spirit are knotted by false ego, Srila Prabhupada writes. Such a deep philosophical statement Srila Prabhupada is making. Please raise your hand if you can answer. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Sharanagat Mataji, are you willing to take the risk?
Don't cut the mark, Prabhuji.
Okay, I
Hari
will
Bola
not.
Hare Krishna. I will try my best. So, Prabhuji, matter
Shamchandra Prabhu
means.
has suddenly become visible.
Sorry?
Shamchandra Prabhu has suddenly
Suddenly we can
existed.
visible. What we see is a matter, and then behind that is a spirit. So, Prabhuji, what I understood from this sentence is that, like, matter is our body, mind, everything. It is made up of a matter only. Spirit is like we ourself, Atma. And because we are identifying ourselves with this body is because of the false ego. There is a knot
Excellent.
between false ego and
Excellent. Excellent. You nailed it.
thank you, Prabhuji.
You knotted it together very nicely.
Thank
Very
you,
nice.
Prabhuji.
So, spirit is the soul, matter is this body. And when the spirit soul, because of false ego, identifies with the body, with matter, that is called Hridaya Granthi. False ego means ego means I-ness. Who am I? And false ego means to falsely think that this material body is me. Whereas Jivara Swarup hai Krishna Nitya Das. Ajo Nityam Shashvatayam Purano no Hanyate Hanyamane Sharir. Forget that and think that I am this Panchabhautik Sharir. That is false ego. That is the Hridaya Granthi. And once we identify with this body, then everything connected to this body we become attached. I am very attached to this body. I have to take care of this body. I have to take care of people connected to this body, parents, siblings, children, spouse, friends, house, car, money, future of this body. We become concerned and we become attached. That is called Hridaya Granthi. These are all hard knots in all our hearts. We all have these knots, Hridaya Granthi. This identification of oneself with matter, which is called Hridaya Granthi, exists for all conditioned souls, Srila Prabhupada is saying. And it becomes more and more tightened when there is too much affection for sex life. Sex life is the most enjoyable activity according to the materialists in this material world. And the more we engage in that, the more Hridaya Granthi becomes tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter. All other types of sense gratifications, they come automatically when we engage in this type of sense gratification. Therefore, celibacy is very important for a spiritualist. Text 5. Now, Kardama Muni spoke to his wife. He said, don't worry, Supreme Lord will come as your son. You're very fortunate. He will teach you Brahmadnyan. All your lamentation, all your Hridaya Granthi will be cut off. Text 5. Shri Maitreya Uvacha Devahutyaphi Sandesham Gauravena Prajapate Samyak Shraddhaya, beg your pardon, Samyak Shraddhaya Purusham Kutastham Abhajad Gurum. Shri Maitreya Muni said, who is Maitreya Muni speaking to? Mahatma Vidur. Devahuti was fully faithful and respectful toward the direction of her husband, Kardama. Direction of her husband means whatever instructions the husband gave, whatever directions he gave, he spoke, she would follow them. Devahuti was fully faithful and respectful towards her husband Kardama Muni, who was one of the Prajapatis or generators of human beings in the universe. O great sage, she thus began to worship the master of the universe, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is situated in everyone's heart. Kutastham Purusham, the Supreme Lord who is situated in the heart, Krishna, Lord Hari, she began to worship. How? Samyak Shraddhaya Purusham. Kutastham Abhajat. Abhajat means she was doing bhajan of Jagat Guru, Lord Hari. And Samyak means completely she was doing it. Samyak Rupena. She was worshipping the Supreme Lord. After Kardama Muni said, the Supreme Lord will appear as a sun, you just worship the Supreme Lord. Then Devoti with full concentration started worshipping the Supreme Lord. Purport. This is the process of spiritual realization, Srila Prabhupada says. This is the process. How many of us want to be spiritually realized? Hare Krishna. Prabhupada says this is the process. One, what is the process? One has to receive instruction from a bona fide spiritual master. Kardama Muni was Devahuti's husband. But because he instructed her on how to achieve spiritual perfection, he naturally became her spiritual master also. Because Kardama Muni was spiritually superior to his wife and he was guiding her very nicely, he is considered to be her guru, spiritual master. He naturally became her spiritual master also. Then Srila Prabhupada says there are many instances wherein husband becomes the spiritual master. Lord Shiva also is the spiritual master of his consort Parvati. Next paragraph. Here it is clearly said, Samyak Shraddhaya, that with Samyak Shraddhaya, with great complete faith, one should receive knowledge from the spiritual master. And with great faith, execute the performance of service to spiritual master. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur in his commentary on Bhagavad Gita has especially stressed this instruction of service to the spiritual master. We should accept instructions of spiritual master as one's pranadhan, life and soul. Which verse is this in Bhagavad Gita? Please raise your hand by the count of three. One, by the count of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. अरे कौन सा वर्ष है? व्यवसायत्मिका बुद्धि एक कुरु नंदना. Very famous verse. This is the verse. What is the significance of this verse for us? What is the special significance of this verse for all of us in our life? All ISKCON devotees. Many times we have discussed this. It was this verse, Vyavasayatmika buddhi ekeha kurunandana bahushaka hyanantasya buddhayo avyavasayina. Bhagavad Gita verse. In commentary to this verse, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has written that one should take the orders of one's spiritual master as one's life and soul. When Srila Prabhupada read that Tika to Bhagavad Gita by Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Srila Prabhupada was so inspired that Srila Prabhupada took it that this is a revelation to me through Bhagavad Gita and through the words of Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur that I must take sannyas. My spiritual master is repeatedly appearing in my dreams and just telling me, come, come, follow me. Means follow the path of sannyasi. Take sannyas now. My Guru Maharaj is calling, I must take sannyas. It was this commentary of Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur that inspired Srila Prabhupada to take sannyas and follow in the footsteps of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada. So this verse is very important for all of us. Text 6. Tasyam bahutithe kale bhagavan madhusudanah kardamam viryam apanno jagnagnir iva daruni. After many, many years, the Supreme Personality of Godhead Madhusudan, Bhagavan Madhusudana, the killer of the demon Madhu, which means Lord Krishna, having entered the semen of Kardama Muni, appeared in Devahuti Mata just as fire comes from wood in a sacrifice. Yadne Agni Iva Daruni. Yadne means he appeared, Agni Iva Daruni. Just like fire comes from wood. There is a dry piece of wood and either you rub it, the Arani wood, you'd rub it or touch it to fire and the whole fire manifests from the dry wood. Just like fire appears from wood, similarly, the Supreme Personality of Godhead entered into Devahuti and appeared from Devahuti as her son. Purport. It is clearly stated here that the Lord is always the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Bhagavan Madhusudana. Although he appeared as a son of Kardama Muni and Devahuti, he is always Bhagavan. He may appear as a son, but actually he is Bhagavan. Krishna doesn't have any parents from the point of view of Tattva. But in the point of view of Rasa, Krishna has parents, Krishna has friends, Krishna has children, Krishna has wives, Krishna has paramours, Krishna has all sorts of relationships, servants. Fire is already present in wood, but by a certain process, the fire is kindled. Similarly, God is all pervading. Aham sarvasya prabhavaha. Krishna is everywhere. He is everywhere. And since he may come out from everything, he appeared in his devotees' semen. So many times Krishna appears in the heart and then appears from the body of his mother, like he did as Krishna avatar. Appeared from the womb of Devaki, but entered Devaki not through some seminal discharge. Krishna appeared in the mind of Vasudev. From the mind of Vasudev entered into the heart of Devaki and then appeared from her womb. However, Krishna can do anything. Krishna can even appear like an ordinary boy from the semen of the father and enter into the womb of the mother, as he did in case of Bhagwan, Lord Kapiladeva Muni. He actually appeared through the semen. Sometimes people of other religions, they say that the Supreme Lord can never appear through semen because semen is such a dirty part, comes from dirty part of the body, and therefore they have a concept that the God's mother is a virgin, and that is all right. However, we cannot restrict the Lord by saying that he cannot appear through semen. That is also a mistake to think like that, to put a restriction. If Krishna wants, yes, he can appear. And Srila Prabhupada explains that. Couple of sentences down in the purport, Srila Prabhupada says, Lord Narsimhadev appeared from the pillar of Hiranyakashipu's palace. Lord Varahadev appeared from the nostril of Lord Brahma. And similarly, Lord Kapiladev appeared from the semen of Kardama Muni. But this does not mean that the nostril of Brahma, the pillar of Hiranyakashipu's palace, or the semen of Kardama Muni is the source of the appearance of the Lord. The Lord is always the Lord, Bhagwan Madhusudana. He maintains his transcendental position in all circumstances. Text 7. Avadayam stada vyomni vaditrani ghana ghana gayanti tam smagandharva nrityant apsaraso muda. At the time of Bhagwan Hari's descent on earth as Kapil Dev Muni, demigods in the form of raining clouds sounded musical instruments in the sky. Vyomni means in the sky, Vaditrani, different musical instruments, they were played. The celestial musicians, the Gandharvas, sang the glories of the Lord. Gayanti, they were singing the glories of God. Gayanti Tam. They're not singing some entertainment songs, they're singing about Lord Hari. While celestial dancing girls known as Apsaras danced in joyful ecstasy. Nrityanti Apsaraso Muda. Happily they were Muda. With great joy, they were dancing. The Apsaras, the Gandharas were singing. And other devatas, they were playing musical instruments. In this way, it was a very festive, joyous occasion, the appearance of the Supreme Lord, Lord Kapiladev Bhagwan. Text 8. Petu sumanaso divya khecharair apavarjitah praseduscha disha sarva ambhamsi cha manamsi cha. At the time of Lord Kapiladev's appearance, the demigods flying freely in the sky showered flowers. They dropped flowers from the sky in celebration. Petu means to fall, Sumanasa, flowers, and Divya. They are very beautiful, divine, celestial flowers, not flowers of this world. Celestial flowers were rained upon Supreme Lord to welcome the Lord in this world. All the directions, all the waters, and everyone's mind became very satisfied. Sarva, Ambhamsi, Dishaha, and Mana. They all became very satisfied. Prasedu. Purport. It is learned herewith that in the higher sky there are living entities who can travel through the air without being hampered. So there are demigods, they have no restriction, they can travel in the airways. They showered flowers on the earth when Lord Kapila, the son of Kardama Muni, appeared. When Lord Kapildev appeared, all these devatas who were free to travel in the sky, they used their special ability to fly in the service of Krishna by showering flowers to welcome him in this world. Text 9. Tat Kardama Shrama Padam Saraswatya Parishritam Swayambhu Sakam Rishibhir Marichadibhir Abhyayat. Lord Brahma, the firstborn living entity in this universe, went along with Marichi and other sages to the place of Kardama Muni's hermitage, which was surrounded by the river Saraswati. Saraswatya Parishritam. They went to the ashram of Kardama Muni. Kardama Ashram Padam. They went to Kardama Muni's place. Who? Lord Brahma, along with Marichi and other great sages. Purport. Lord Brahma is called Swayambhu. He is called Swayambhu Sakam Rishibhir, along with rishis like Marichi, Adi, and etc. Other ones, Brahmaji gave. So Brahmaji is called Swayambhu because he was not born of any material father and mother. Lord Brahma is the first living entity in this universe and is born from the lotus which grows from the navel of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Garbhodakshay Vishnu, Srila Prabhupada says. Therefore, he is called Swayambhu, self born, because he doesn't have material parents. Text 10. Bhagavantam Param Brahma Satve Namshena Shatruhan Tattva Sankhyan Vidnyatyai Jatam Vidvan Ajaswarat. Shri Maitreya Muni continued speaking to Mahatma Vidur, calling him Shatruhan, O killer of all enemies. Although he didn't participate in the war, he's called Shatruhan because he defeated the Shadaripu, the six enemies in the heart: Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Mohammed, Matsarya. Maitreya Muni continued, O Vidur, killer of the enemy, the unborn Lord Brahma, Swayambhu, Bhagwan, Brahma, who is almost independent, Bhagavantam, he is also called Bhagwan sometimes. Here he is called Aja, unborn. He is almost independent in acquiring knowledge, could understand that a portion of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Amsha, in his quality of pure existence, has appeared in the womb of Devahuti just to explain the complete state of knowledge known as Sankhya Yoga. Tattva Sankhyana Vidnyapti. So, very beautiful description by Sri Maitreya Muni. He's telling that the unborn Lord Brahma, who is quite independent in acquiring knowledge, could understand that Krishna's Amsha was appearing. He was completely independent, Swarat. He appeared in the womb of Devahuti. Purport. In Bhagavad Gita, 15th chapter, it is stated that Lord himself is the compiler of Vedanta Sutra and he is the perfect knower of Vedanta Sutra. So in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that Vedanta Sutra I know. I have composed it. Sarvasya chaham hridhi sannivishto matah smritir jnanam apohanam cha vedaischa sarvair aham eva vedyo Vedanta krit veda videva chaham. That Krishna is Vedanta krit and Veda vid. He knows the Vedanta also. The word Vedanta is used, so that refers to Vedanta Sutra. Similarly, the Sankhya philosophy is compiled by the Supreme Personality of Godhead in his appearance as Lord Kapila Dev. Krishna took the form of Srila Vyasadeva to compile the Vedanta Sutra. And Krishna took the form of Lord Kapila Dev to teach the Sankhya philosophy. Further down, Srila Prabhupada says, Krishna is called Swarat because he did not go to any school or college to learn, but learned everything from within. Further down, Brahma acquired knowledge directly from the Supreme Lord within the heart. Therefore, is sometimes called as Swarat and Aja, unborn. Tene Brahma Hridaya Ādi Kavai. First verse of Bhagavatam. Satvena Amshena, in the next paragraph, Srila Prabhupada says, important point is here. Satvena Amshena. When the Supreme Personality of God appears, he appears with all his paraphernalia of Vaikuntha. His name, form, quality, paraphernalia, entourage, all belong to the transcendental world. Real goodness, Vishuddha Sattva, is in the transcendental world. In the spiritual world, the unalloyed quality of goodness prevails. The spiritual world is made up of Vishuddha Sattva. There, the quality of goodness is called Shuddha Sattva, pure goodness or Vishuddha Sattva. Further down, Srila Prabhupada says something very important. Everybody is paying attention? Please pay attention. Srila Prabhupada is saying the word Amshena. So here in this verse, it is said that Satvena Amshena, that Krishna appears in Vishuddha Sattva and Amsha as Kapila Dev. The word Amshena also indicates that the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna appeared as Kapiladev Muni in a Amsha, in a portion of his portion. God expands either as Kala or as Amsha. Etecha Amsha Kala Pumsa Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam Indrari Vyakulam Lokam Mridayanti Yuge Yuge. So, Krishna expands either as Kala or as Amsha. What is the difference? Amsha means direct expansion. Amsha is direct expansion of Krishna. And Kala means expansion of the expansion. Haribol. Kala means expansion of the expansion. Now, Prabhupada says there is no difference between expansion, the expansion of the expansion, and the original Supreme Personality word directly. There is no difference. Just as there is no difference between one candle and another. All the candles are lit, they all look equal. But still, the candle from which the others are lit is called the original candle. And that original is Krishna. Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Krishna, therefore, is called the Parabrahman or the ultimate Godhead and cause of all causes. So, what is happening here? Maitreya Muni is telling Vidur that Vishuddha Sattva, pure goodness, the Supreme Lord appeared in the womb of Devahuti to teach Sankhya philosophy to the world. Text 11. Sabhajayan Vishuddhena Chetasa tat Chikirshitam Prahishyamane Rasubhi Kardamam Chedam Abhyadhat. After worshipping the Supreme Lord with gladdened senses and a pure heart for his intended activities as an incarnation, Lord Brahma spoke as follows to Kardama Muni and Devahuti. So, Lord Kapiladev appeared from the womb of Devahuti. All the devatas, they showered flowers, they did kirtan, they were dancing, musical instruments. After worshipping the Supreme Lord, they spoke to the parents, Kardama Muni and Devahuti. So, Kardama Muni was there when Kapildev Muni appeared as a son of Devahuti. Purport. Srila Prabhupada says, as explained in Bhagavad Gita 4th chapter, anyone who understands the transcendental activities, the appearance and disappearance of the Supreme Lord is to be considered liberated. Lord Brahma, therefore, is a liberated soul. Very, very interesting. Please pay attention. Srila Prabhupada is saying Brahmaji is a liberated soul. Why? Because when Kapil Dev Muni appeared, Brahmaji recognized this is my Lord. And he came to worship the Lord. And after worshipping the Lord, he's going to address the parents. Srila Prabhupada says, because Brahmaji Janma karma chame divyam evam yo vetti tatvatah tektva deham punarjanmanati mameti swarjuna. Because Brahmaji fulfilled this criteria, he is called a liberated soul. Because he understood the birth and activities of Krishna when he came as Kapil Dev. Very interesting point. And then last verse for today, verse number 12. Brahmo Vacha. Now Brahmaji is speaking to Kardama Muni and Devahuti. Tvaya me pachitistata kalpita nirvyalikatāh yanme sanjagre vakyam bhavan manadamanayam. Lord Brahma said, my dear son Kardama Muni, since you have completely accepted my instructions without duplicity, showing them proper respect, you have worshipped me properly. Whatever instructions you took from me, you have carried out, and thereby you have honored me. My dear friends, Lord Brahma is telling his son Kardama Muni that you have done everything right. Whatever instructions I gave you, that you procreate, you created 9 daughters, and now you created a son. You had a son. You have really followed all my orders. I told you to do tapasya, get purified, become qualified. You went and did amazing tapasya. So much so that Lord Vishnu gave you the darshan. You're so great. And now you got married and you produced children. You have done everything that I wanted you to do. Lord Brahma is telling his son, Kardama Muni. You have honored me very much. You're very nice. Now, this purport is going to be read in its entirety. It's brilliant. Please listen. Srila Prabhupada writes in the purport, Lord Brahma, as the first living entity within the universe, is supposed to be the spiritual master of everyone. And he is also the father, the creator of all beings. Lord Brahma is the spiritual master of everyone in this universe. Kardama Muni is one of the Prajapatis or creators of living entities, and Kardama Muni is also a son of Lord Brahma. Lord Brahma praises Kardama because he carried out the orders of the spiritual master in toto and without cheating. A conditioned soul in the material world has the disqualification of cheating. He has four disqualifications. He's sure to commit mistakes, number one. Number two, he's sure to be illusioned. Number three, he's prone to cheat others. And number five, he has imperfect senses. But if one parampara system, but if one carries out the order of the spiritual master by disciplic succession or the parampara system, he overcomes the four defects. So, how do we overcome the four defects? By following the instructions of the spiritual master. If we carry out the order of spiritual master by disciplic succession or the parampara system, he overcomes the four defects. Therefore, knowledge received from a bona fide spiritual master is not cheating. Any other knowledge which is manufactured by the conditioned soul is cheating only. Lord Brahma knew well that Kardama Muni exactly carried out the instructions received from him and that he actually honored his spiritual master. Now, Srila Prabhupada says something very important. To honor the spiritual master means to carry out his instructions word for word. Hariva. That is the way to respect the spiritual master. Honoring spiritual master doesn't mean we just say Hari Bol. Honoring spiritual master means to carry out his instructions word for word as it is. So, in this way, Lord Brahma is going to continue to speak to Kardama Muni and Devahuti because they just had a son who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Kapil Dev. So, today is Tuesday. Thursday we have Gaur Purnima. So we will have class tomorrow. Okay? We'll have class tomorrow. Short class. Yes. Shama Kishori Mataji, thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Jai Shila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandat Pranam. Thank you very much for the beautiful class. I had two questions, Prabhuji. In verse 6, it is mentioned that after many, many years, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, appeared in the womb of Devahuti. But a few verses before it was said, he told her that very soon you'll have a son. But was there an intervening period which was many, many years?
It doesn't say how many years, so I don't know exactly how many years it was that they waited again for the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Um, the verse says many years, Mataji.
Prabhuji, verse 6 says, Bahu tithe kale, which means after many years. And in verse 2, it said, uh, Godhead will shortly enter your womb without delay, adurat.
Hmm.
Or because it was Satya Yuga, it was, I don't know, relatively longer.
Maybe, relatively it is um, not that much. Maybe.
Okay.
But it
Okay.
doesn't say exactly how many years.
Right. And Prabhuji, I had another verse, and it may be inappropriate, so just respectfully asking that it is mentioned that, they had 9 daughters and a son, but they enjoyed sense gratification for many, many years before having children. So, was that Vidhi Purvak or, we follow these four regulative principles and it said that sense gratification should be only for children, begetting children. So was that proper or was that improper?
No, it was proper. They did it with the intention of having children, and it was not like the union of Ambika and Vyasdev, as mentioned in Mahabharata. Because that was, they were in a Sutotpati. That was having a producing a child from Devar. Here, Devahuti Mata and Kardama Muni, they are married, they are husband and wife, and they enjoyed themselves. But because they are married, because it was ordained by the Supreme Lord, and even Kardama Muni was surprised when he saw the aerial mansion. Oh, really? So ultimately, Krishna was sanctioning all that, and it was definitely Vidhi Purvak, it was definitely within the Maryada of Dharma. Otherwise, it would not be in the pages of Srimad Bhagavatam. Otherwise, Kapil Dev Bhagwan would not have appeared as their child. And when this point is very important, and I would like all of you to listen carefully and understand and remember this point. Sense gratification is of two types. Sense gratification that is given to us by Lord Krishna, and sense gratification that is given with our own karma. There are two types of sense gratification. Sense gratification that we get because Krishna has given it to us, and sense gratification that we have earned because of our karma in this world. When we enjoy sense gratification with the results of our own karma, it causes attachment and it binds us. It causes bandhan, hriday granthi. But when we enjoy sense gratification that is ordained by Krishna, it leads to vairagya. It leads to detachment. It does not bind us. And the proof, Shama Kishori Mataji, is that even after enjoying so much, you see Kardama Muni was not at all attached to his wife on a sensual platform. He doesn't say, once more. We have 9 daughters, let's have one more daughter, or one more son, or one more child. No, he's willing to leave. He's willing to leave. Because that, yes, they enjoyed sense gratification, but that sense gratification was ordained by Krishna. Just as Prahlad Maharaj was ordained, that Prahlad, you enjoy the kingdom for thousands of years. Dhruv, you enjoy the kingdom of your father, Maharaj Uttanapad, for so many years. Vibhishan Maharaj, for a whole kalpa of Brahma, you enjoy. Lankeshwar bhai sab jagah jana. So, when sense gratification is given by Krishna, it doesn't bind. In fact, it leads to vairagya, it leads to detachment and brings us closer to Krishna. But when we get sense gratification, which is a result of our own karma, that binds, that creates trishna, and that creates bandhan, hriday granthi. And here we clearly see that Kardaman is not at all attached. He's willing to go to the forest and devote himself to the path of self-realization. And Devahuti is equally detached. She's going to sit with her son and not say, should I make sandesh for you? Should I make halwa for you? She's going to ask spiritual questions, which will be chapter after chapter that we are going to read. It's going to be purely spiritual discussion. So that is Devahuti. That shows that whatever sense gratification they enjoyed, it was ordained by Krishna. It was pure and it did not cause any bondage. Is that okay, Mataji?
Thank you, Prabhuji. So Krishna generally ordains it only for pure devotees, sense gratification.
Krishna is ordaining sense gratification even now for all of us. When we hear nice kirtan, when we eat nice prasad, that is that not sense gratification? Even we hear some nice katha. Now Amarendra Prabhu is coming tomorrow.
Yes. But that's bhakti, no, Prabhuji. That's not sense
This is
gratification.
also bhakti. Dharma aviruddha bhuteshu kamosmin bharatarshava. This sense gratification, this sexual intercourse is Krishna. Kamosmi. I am that lust, Krishna says. So that sense gratification is a form of Krishna. It's manifestation of Krishna. Just as much as prasad is Krishna, kirtan is Krishna, that sexual intercourse is Krishna. Because it is being done for Krishna's service. Arjun is shooting the arrow, Parthastra Puta Padama Purasya. That shooting of arrow is Krishna. When Krishna kills Shishupal, Shishupal gets only liberation. And when Arjun kills Karna gets Vaikuntha. How is that? Bhagwan realization. How come? Because Parthastra Puta Padamapurasya. My Guru Maharaj, Param Puja Srila Radhanath Swami Maharaj, gave a lecture in Radha Gopinath Mandir Sunday feast just before leaving India a few days ago, the last Sunday. And I was listening it second time this morning. And this is exactly what Maharaj says in that lecture. I'm repeating Maharaj's words. That because why Arjun's arrows, we memorize that verse, Parthastra Puta Padamapurasya. Why? Because those arrows were being shot by Arjun in devotion to Krishna. He didn't want to fight. But Karishya Vachanam Tava. Krishna says, fight, fight. So now Arjun is shooting those arrows. Those arrows are being shot by a pure devotee who is engaged in pure devotional service, Nishkam Karma Yoga for Krishna. So those arrows have such potency that they are everyone on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. They went to Vaikuntha. Not Brahman realization, not Swarga. They went to Vaikuntha. We studied that in Bhakti Vaibhava. Why that is? Because that is the power of devotion. Just as Arjun is shooting and killing thousands of people every day, and that is devotional service. Similarly, Kardama Muni taking 9 forms and having sense gratification with his wife Devahuti, there is no difference. Because there people are getting Krishna, and here they are getting Kapil Muni, who is Krishna, Bhagwan. So it is devotional service, act of devotion. That's why. Is that okay, Mataji?
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Kamala Gopika Mataji. Nakhalu Gopika Nandano Bhavan. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam.
Very
Very nectarian class, Prabhuji. So my question is not related with this class, with Chaitanya Charitamrita. Can I ask?
Chetan, yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
We were reading, Prabhuji, that before appearance of, at the time of appearance of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, it was lunar eclipses, and all the ladies and others, they were taking bath in the Ganges and they were chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And then again, Haridas Thakur, he was also chanting so many lakhs name of Hare Krishna Mahamantra to appear because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Advaita Acharya Prabhu also, he was chanting loudly Hare Krishna, uh, worshipping the Shaligram with the Tulsi leaf and with the Ganges water.
Yes,
So, but it's just a doubt in my mind that Hare Krishna Mahamantra is given by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, or it was before he came, you know. So,
Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And the other mantra, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Dhala. Both these mantras, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, and Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, both these mantras are in the Shastra. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare needs to be given by Shri Guru. Then it can be chanted after initiation. But Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare is also mentioned in the Shastra. And this mantra is not a Upanishadic mantra. It is a mantra that is mentioned in the Tantra Shastra, in Radha Tantra. It is mentioned. And therefore it can be chanted by anybody even without initiation. Therefore Hare Krishna Mahamantra we chant without initiation also. It's anybody can chant. Hare Krishna. So Hare Krishna Mahamantra was known in the Shastra, and Srila Haridas Thakur was chanting it even before Mahaprabhu gave it. But the people who were bathing in the Ganga, they were chanting Hari Bol, Hari Bol. They were chanting Ram, 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 Krishna, Krishna, like that. They were not chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. But Thakur Haridas was chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra because Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had already given Hare Krishna Mahamantra to Thakur Haridas. This is mentioned by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur in Navjadham Mahatmya book. After Brahma Vimohan Leela, later on Lord Brahmaji, he came to Mayapur Dham, Navadvip Dham, and he was performing tapasya, feeling great repentance. that I offended Krishna in the Brahma Vimohan Leela. And at that time, Lord Krishna gave darshan to Lord Brahma in the form of Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu and said, "My dear Brahmaji, I will appear in Navadvip in Kali Yuga as Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu in the same form that you are seeing. And you will appear as Namacharya, Srila Haridas Thakur. And on your tongue, 3 lakh names will dance every day." Like that. So Haridas Thakur was already initiated by Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu. So he was chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, but others were chanting the holy names. Even though Hare Krishna Mahamantra is still, it is in the Shastra, it is mentioned in the Shastra, but it was not yet revealed to the world. So only few devotees were chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Others were chanting just Nam, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Ram Ram. So like that. But the mantra was already there in the Shastra. It's not that Mahaprabhu created the mantra. Is that okay, Mataji?
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. So thank you, dear devotees. We'll see you tomorrow, and then Gaur Purnima day, all of us will be in the temple. Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol. Thank you very much, Hari Krishna.
Hare Krishna.